Hello everyone, this is AmberAnkNA here. Welcome to my channel. Well, I play a variety of games and do narrations for fanfics. I'm really hoping you enjoy my content. If you do, make sure to comment below, leave a like, and subscribe with the notifications on. Right, so next time, this is AmberAnkNA. Welcome to my channel. So, hi. Hello everyone. It's time to get spooky. Cause today I got a special video for this fanfic right here. That's Halloween related. So I figured the best way to celebrate Halloween, have a fanfic that's all about Halloween. So let's get started. Captain Bluebeard and Lord Mass Server, wide again. The wind came down in heavy sheets, making anything beyond the Coalsfield's shrub backyard disappear into the gray torrent. Tiny rivulets wind through the waterlogged grass below. Wind buttered the window and whistled against the house's old siding as another short gust whipped up. As recently as the past spring, Mass had enjoyed sitting in her window nook and watching as the storms roll in from the Portgate Sound, a steaming cup of tea next to her and a book in hand. Foregoing her headphones in lieu of the national music of the weather. Even a month ago, sailing Acadia Bay, she'd been looking forward to the surfing season. That old train's 20 days ago. Since then, anything more than a light drizzle threatened to upend Mass's sense of calm. As if on keel, a branch or something else knocked loose by the storm trunk onto the roof. Mass flinched. She sat curled up in a blanket on the couch, trying her best not to look like she was cowering. Either she successfully fooled Chloe, or her best friend was doing that thing again, or she tried to distract Mass by acting like nothing was wrong. Chloe stopped pacing and did an upward heel turn, putting her palms together and pointing at Mass with both hands. Your parents have garbage bags, right? Like the big, heavy-duty ones? I think so. In the garage, maybe? Mass said, eyebrows clustering down and towards each other. Why? No one made a redneck patio before, Maximus, Chloe asked with a wink. Mass shook her head. You're just really determined to go out there tonight. You know that. Chloe sat on the couch next to her and gave her a confused side-eye. Well, duh! It's Halloween! Only, like, my most favorite holiday ever! We even got pirate costumes! She smirked, playfully giving Mass a little shove. Come on, Mass! Don't tell me you're not excited! I was, Mass said, but rapidly corrected as Chloe's happy facade drooped at the words. I mean, I am. Captain Bluebeard and Mass Stover wide again, right? She felt the smile as Chloe had come off more sheepish than enthusiastic. Apparently it had worked. Hell yes we do! Chloe leaped back to her feet. It was like she was a little kid again, bubbly and excited. Mass hoped some of it would wear off on her. Now help me find those bags! Mass followed Chloe down to the garage. Her dad's parking spot was empty, save a large oil stain on the concrete. But the rest of the space was something of a catastrophe. Gardening tools, boxes of screws and nails, capping equipment, and a whole host of other odds and ends had begun to overflow the wooden shelving that had come with the house. A whole stack of folded-up boxes had strayed off of each other, blocking the back corner. Matt straightened them back up as Chloe started to wonders. Matt scanned himself. I think they should be around here, near the weights. Her parents had put her and Chloe in charge of collecting the leaves that had fallen in the backyard and backing them up last weekend. And she was sure that had been the last time they were used. Aha! Chloe reached past her and grabbed the buttered yellow and green box, pulling 2 bags from the wall before handing it to Matt to put back. They regrouped in the kitchen. Chloe fished out peeled scissors from the junk dresser and was just visiting cupping a neck hole in one bag. She handed it to Matt. Here! Make sure it fits! Matt stripped her thumbs into the edge of the bag and struck it by the corners to open it up, trying to quickly step into it before it deflated. Instead, she ended up stuck, still able to breathe, but unable to find a way out. She started to feel, Chloe, little help, please? Chloe let a high-pitched laugh and lifted the bag back off of her friend. Careful! Here. She held the bag up and helped Matt into it. Matt saw light again as her head popped out of the opening Chloe had made at the top, feeling the static cuckoo in her hair. Laughing again, Chloe said, with hair that frizzy, maybe you should have dressed up as Jenny Weiner in the Young Faithful sign. Matt chuckled along with her. Good thing we're going to be wearing bananas and pirate hats. She ran her fingers through her hair, trying in vain to get it to lay flat again. The wind howled and Matt felt herself tense up. Let's get into the costume again. We don't want to be late. Chloe helped Matt back out of the bag, and they went to her room. The costumes were already laid out on the bed. They were nothing extravagant, mostly odds and ends they pieced together at the nearest thrift shop. Neither of the friends was much money to spare. Unlike how Matt suspected most of the other women at the party would be dressed, there was nothing particularly sexy about what they wore. No corsets, no kicky boots, or short skirts. Neither of them planned to put on an elaborate makeup. Not that there's anything wrong with those things, thought Matt. It's just not Chloe's and my style. Still, sexy costume or no, watching Chloe strip out her t-shirt and start putting on her fluffy blouse, Matt couldn't stop a fluttery feeling from rising her stomach. Before her cheeks had a chance to turn red, she turned away. If Matt was being honest, she started to feel something different around Chloe since the after-hours dip and the backlog county pool. The kids had dealt out of her the next morning hadn't exactly helped Chloe either. It wasn't that she didn't know what she felt. The problem was more that admitting the feelings existed would mean they were real. But now that her and Chloe were stuck in between a life-threatening mystery and an impending natural disaster, it was getting harder and harder to bury her growing crush on her best friend. Chloe's voice snapped Matt back out of her farts. Son of a bitch! Matt! Can you give me a hand with this? Matt straightened her belt and helped Chloe tie the red skull and crossbones pound and a banana around her head. Thanks! They stood together and looked in Matt's mirror. as Chloe grabbed their hats from the bed, putting them both on their heads semi-masterfully. "We would kill a dope!" Chloe held up a hand, and Matt accepted the high five. A few minutes later, after checking that they locked the front door behind them, true trash bags and tricorn hats passed side by side down the sidewalk. Water rained down the poorly maintained concrete in tiny rivers, pouring now and then wherever it found a dip. Passing headlights glowed from the shiny street surface, not yet blinding in the dusty light. The makeshift patios worked decently, but some rain still made it inside, trickling off her master's hat and down the back and sides of her neck. Chloe had cut openings in the sides for the arms too. Max felt Chloe's cold, wet, slender hand gripped snugly onto hers as they approached the intersection. "You were right!" Chloe lumped in eagerly. "This shredder sucks ass! How far is this place?" "Just a couple more blocks," answered Max. "Good, because me Timbles ain't the only thing sibling." Max giggled. The wind and rain still freaked her out, but it was easier with Chloe right beside her. She squeezed Chloe's hand. Many of the houses they passed on the narrow street were decorated for the holiday. Candlelight burned from the two-tree smiling grins of jack-o'-lanterns. There were more ambitious homes and had fake cobwebs strung up the entryways or carved goats jiggling from tree branches, soaked and funneling in the wind. Damp leaves clung to the grass like a blanket. They crossed 42nd Street, only a block and a half from the destination. "So, just for Nado, whose house we going to?" asked Chloe cautiously. "How close are you two?" Max wasn't sure what to make of the question. "I don't know. Not super close, I guess. We were in a couple classes together when I still went to school here. He was part of the group I hung out with now and then." "Why?" "No reason," Chloe dismissed, but the way her voice lifted told Max there was, in fact, more to it. "That's curious." Max decided to drop it. Chloe clearly doesn't want to tell me whatever it is. They turned up a set of concrete stairs toward a narrow brick house. Pouting music seeped from within, growing louder with each step. Max could see purple light glowing inside, through the appropriately drawn mini blinds. They turned the dial knob and pulled. No longer contained by the walls, the mirror hit them like a train. So did the sense of weed smoke. "Oh wait, this is my kind of party!" Chloe said silently and hurried inside. They hung their patios on a hook by the door and did their best to dry their faces before joining the pandemonium. The crowd was about as stereotypical as it could be. Some people danced to the music. A few couples made out in corners or on couches. Two guys Max remembered as being the sonars whipped from a brown-stained bong. Most people, however, milled around and tried to converse over the Halloween-themed club music, closing onto red solo cups full of beer or cheap liquor. A short-backed man stumbled down the stairs, stopping when he saw her. "Max! I wasn't sure you were going to make it!" He pushed through a cluster of drunks, and Max hurried to meet him halfway. As they threw their arms around each other for an embrace that dragged on a little longer than expected. "You look awesome!" Max pulled at the bottom of her blouse nervously. suddenly feeling very plain compared to a lot of the other guests. It's not too boring, he grinned. Not at all. Corey had caught up and waved. Hi. Fernando summoned the Seiko hand. Hey! I'm Fernando. You must be Master's friend from Oregon. Embarrassed that she hasn't introduced yet, Master strapped on a big smile and said, This is my best friend, Corey. Corey, this is Fernando. So up. Corey scanned the packed living room kissing. She seemed amused as she said, Nice place. Mind pointing me towards the booze? Weird. She was super hyped for this party just a moment ago. Why'd she get all sun office all of a sudden? He seemed a little caught off guard. Oh, yeah! That's on the other side of the kissing. Help yourself. Dope! Want anything, Mass? Mass thought for a second. I have whatever you are. I have whatever you are, thanks. One mystery drink coming up. Chloe turned and headed off on her self-appointed task. Mass watched her go, suddenly feeling very lost, surrounded almost entirely by people she barely knew. Luckily, Fernando was there to keep her from completely disappearing into her own head. So, glad to be back? He asked with the same warm smile. But there was a new tension around his eyes that could see even through the Batman mask. Mass has seen it plenty since returning to Seattle. Most people she knew had at least a vague knowledge that something big had happened in Clear Bay. I guess. Mass nervously bit her lip. I miss you guys. At least. Speaking of, where is the old gang? Well, Fernando said, taking a sip of his drink. Kristen's should be on her soon. Eric got himself granted, though. That's us for now. I'm afraid, he shrugged. Chloe seems... He thought for a good hard second, but didn't seem to know how to finish his statement. She takes a bit to warm up to people. It's nothing personal, I promise. Master stirred, partly trying to convince herself. Fernando nodded understandably. Gotcha! I imagine it hasn't been exactly easy for either of you since, well, you know. Master really didn't want to talk about that tonight. Yeah, her face smiled. Her smile faltered, but she forced it to come at least part way back. She wasn't upset at Fernando for messing it, and didn't want to give that impression. I'm kind of trying to avoid forcing on it for the time being. I tell you and the others more when we are together. Ness. No pressure, Mass. Take whatever time you need. Chloe repelled at the same time as something grass shuddered, and Fernando quickly dipped his head in the direction. Good talking with you, Mass. Chloe, good to meet you. I gotta go figure out what that was, and how dead I am when my parents gets back. He zipped off toward the other side of the house. Chloe handed Mass a cup full of some unknown concoction. Options were limited. Sorry. Thanks. Now a bit weary, Mass took a sip of her drink. Isn't Chase completely terrible? At least. Everything okay? Looking at Mass like she has been the one acting weird, Chloe said, Yeah? Why? Never mind. Nothing. Chloe seemed fine again now, and Mass went outside. They had a few more drinks over the next hour. Chloe even made quick friends with the stoners, which was no surprise. They ended up her tales of this guessy concerts she snuck out to, and the skateboard tricks she once been able to do. She hadn't heard most of them before, actually. Max was content to silently enjoy watching Chloe socialize. She quickly began to feel a buzz, finding it harder and harder to walk each time her and Chloe relocated to another part of the house. Fernando caught back up with them, Kristen in tow. She dressed up in a fluffy pink unicorn onesie. "Hey, Max! I thought you left us for good!" "Nope. I'm back in the Emerald City for now." "Well, it's good to have you. I know it was bummed that he had to miss out on seeing you." They hug. "I make sure to give him a call when he's off house arrest." "You better." Fernando mutters goodnessly. "We didn't hear from you for almost 2 months." Max felt Chloe bristled a little bit at that. He had mostly stopped whipping Max for her 5 years of silence, but apparently it was still something that they might need to work through. After another introduction, Chloe was as nonchalant with Kristen as he had been Fernando. "I love your hair," Kristen tried. "Where'd you get it done?" "Did it myself, out of a box. I quite ballsy enough to pay someone else to do it." Chloe replied, "Wow, it looks really good." "Thanks." There was almost no inflection to Chloe's voice. "What's up with her tonight?" After a few more tries at conversation with Chloe and trying to stop talking about the disaster in Acadia, Max's other friend found excuse to duck away to other parts of the party. "What's your deal?" Max hissed at her. Chloe crossed her arms. "Nothing. It's fine." "Bullshit. Anytime Fernando or Kristen come around, you get all perky. We all talk about this party. And now it doesn't even seem like you want to be here." "I'm telling you," Chloe insisted, an edge creeping into her voice. "It's fine." Max clenched her jaw. "You're kind of being an ass." As if someone had flipped a script, everything went dark. The absence of music was almost deafening until a few of the guests began to groan. Max immediately felt her heart leap into her throat and her fingernails dig into the arm of the couch she was leaning against. She had to force herself through an inhale and exhale. Each breath a conscious effort. Her eyes felt jiggly and unfocused. Wobbly nails threatened to give out, and the tightness in her gut almost forced her to double over. Waves of icy cold coursed down her thighs. The lights came on as quickly as they gone out. A chill went up. Someone restarted the music, and the party kept going. "I'm gonna throw up." Chloe looked at Max, her stern expression fading to fearful concern. "Shit! You look like a ghost, Max!" "Can we sit down for a second?" Max's voice sounded small and fragile, even to her own ears. "Yeah, sure. What's going on?" Chloe said while separating Max over to the couch and on around her shoulders. I need a moment." The couch protected as they sat. Max kept her breathing even and started coughing. "5 things I can see. I can see a half-empty beer bottle and painting of a sip on the wall." She could feel the attack start to melt away. By the time she had to run through the whole list, Max just felt tired and stupid for being such a wimp. Chloe isn't having these panic attacks. Her inner voice demoralized. "So why can't you get your shit together, Max? Is this a little Wayne and when?" She reminded herself that Chloe might not be having panic attacks, but she had woken up Max on more than one occasion with her tossing and turning. Chloe would also call out for her mom, who died in the storm. In the middle of the night sometimes. I guess we both might need therapy. Chloe rubbed Mass's back. You freaked me out, little girlfriend. All good now? The mister was too much now, threatening to push her over the edge again. There were too many people. She wanted out. No! Can we please go back home? Chloe helped her back to her feet. Sure! Come on! Let's get out of here! They didn't say a word to anyone as they slid back into their patios and snuck out the door. Chloe immediately grabbed onto Master's hand again and matched her stroll pace. Somehow, even in the midst of the very thing that had caused her attack, she felt a little better than packed inside like sardines. Guilt crawled at Master's inside. Halfway back to her parents' house, Master let out a deep sigh. Chloe, I feel terrible. This is your favorite holiday, and I ruined it with my stupid bullshit. I'm sorry. Chloe shook her head. Don't you dare beat yourself up like that, okay? Shit happens. Besides, I'm the one who acted like a bitch toward your friends. You kinda did. Max agreed with a shrug. How did you tell me why? They walked in silence as Chloe chewed her lower lip. I don't know. I guess I was jealous? Jealous? Master suspected it, but hadn't wanted to call her out directly. Yeah. I mean, they helped you forget about me once already. The words went exclusively. In fact, it sounded more like Chloe thought she deserved to be forgotten. Matt stopped, pulling Chloe back and directly into her arms. I never forgot you, Chloe. You know that, and I'm never leaving you again. Chloe hesitantly wrapped her arms around Matt. You promise? Don't promise me that if you don't mean it. I promise, and I mean it. Then she did something that she didn't even expect. Matt cupped Chloe's cheek with one hand and pulled her in for his... I couldn't control that. I'm fine. Oh. Matt cupped Chloe's cheek with one hand and pulled her in for a kiss. The lips touched for what felt like both like an instant and an eternity. Chloe's were warm and supple. Matt didn't want to let go, but when it finally sunk in what she'd done, Matt backpedaled a couple steps, holding her hands over her mouth. Neither of them said anything, which made the awkward moment even worse. Chloe's eyes were wide, her jaw hung open in surprise. Matt turned away to hide her face. Shit! Sorry! Chloe finally managed to form words. Wow! I, didn't realize you were that drunk! I didn't either. Matt shrilled, trying for a joke as he looked back at Chloe. She added, Strike 2 for the night, huh? Was it just the alcohol? Or... Chloe stood unmoving, crossing her arms again and looking anywhere but at Matt, mostly toward her own seals. I can't keep this to myself anymore. No! It's not just the alcohol. Chloe looked up, seemingly unable to decide what emotion to express. Oh! They stared at each other as the rain poured down around them. Say something, Chloe! Please! Matt begged, but she didn't. Instead, Chloe closed the distance between them and put her hands on Matt's waist. A white smirk twisted up one corner of her mouth. You need the glasses! Here! Let me help! Matt was confused. Wait, did you seriously just try to use a pickup line on... Chloe angled her head down and cut Matt off with a kiss. This one felt less awkward, and Matt let herself melt into it As Chloe took her back. Her head fell off into a puddle, but she didn't care. Max's arm draped themselves over Chloe's shoulders, fingers intertwining behind her neck. It was over too soon, but this time neither of them tried to step away. See? That was already better, Chloe cheesed. Max was still wearing. Are you drunk? Nope. Stone cold sober. Chloe brushed a wet stain of hair from Max's face, the other hand still supporting her back. I wanted to do that since you saved me from the train. But didn't you know but didn't know if you felt the same way. It was Max's turn to say, oh, okay, Chloe said nervously. Now you have to say something. Max blinked a couple times to get the rain out of her eyelashes. Chloe, I really like you. Like, really, really like you. One of Chloe's eyebrows arched up sarcastically, but for the sake of her head, Max's sister said, no buts! Chloe looked relieved. Let's get back to the house. She scooped up Max's pirate hat and handed it back to her. I got a Millie for us to wash. You got a house perfect for cuddles. Max took her hand again as they strolled through cones of street like illuminated rain. Nothing too gory or silly, please. Chloe grinned. No guarantees. When Max's parents got home a while later, that's exactly where they found their daughter and her maybe more than friend asleep in each other's arms on the couch, lapping a burrito of thick blankets, faces illuminated by the light of the TV as the end credits for Doo-Doo and the Witch's Curse scrolled across the screen. Oh, that was one of my favorite movies. Oh, yes. One of my favorite movies they watched. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Personally, no, my favorite is Doo-Doo and the Side Space, but I love the Doo-Doo franchise. Vanessa Caulfield smiled a little, remembering all the times she found them sleeping like that as kids. Even now, they truly inseparable. It was also the first time she knew of that they slept so peacefully since arriving at the front door, the day after the storm. Ryan quietly picked up the remote from beside them on the couch and turned off the TV. Should we wake them up? He whispered. Vanessa shook her head. Leave them be, honey. They deserve the rest. That was good. That was good. But happy Halloween, everyone. Hope it's a good one. Hi everyone. This is Emma 2000 again. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Because, I really did enjoy making it. But, so I hope you enjoyed it. Comment, like, and subscribe with the notifications on down below. Till next time, bye!